Shut up, Peter. They were civilians, not rebels. You keep making noise, the command will land.
Did you see the shell casings? That wasn't a rebel ambush. Commander ordered the men trying to take out our train.
Fire. They just stepped in the wrong line.
Friendly fire? Commander tried to waste us and letting us gas go. Man, you've done it now. We'll be fragged for sure.
Nobody's going down. Just keep your motion check.
We can't go home. You heard what happened to Owen?
Yes, we can. Now get static. All right, we didn't find any rebels, so we couldn't have let them go, right?
No.
We just stick a heavy okay about this.
That cutscene, boys. That cutscene, man. I remember when I first saw it. Instant love, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that just perfectly click with you, man. Salutare, prieteni și mai faceți flomleifi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to my childhood, pretty much. Crusader, no remorse. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. If you guys look at the main logo, I should actually show it to you guys. I might minimize this for a bit. Let me show you the main logo for those who do not know. You've seen it plenty of times. Plenty of bloody freaking times. You guys know. Even I think even in the current logo, right? Yeah, look at that. Do you see my logo there? Do you see the CB? Look who's there. Look who is there. There are two games that I've put in actually this logo in particular. That you see here, you can clearly see the wing commander tribute right there. Not just in the small one, but in the big one, right? That is the Turn Confederation mark there. But let me just show you a bigger picture. Ah, there you guys go. Do you see the resemblance? Yes, because Crusader, like I said, was my childhood game, boys, and I can't believe it, guys. I'm officially starting here on the Sanctuary. I've decided, dude, if I'm playing freaking old school games here on the Sanctuary, why not play my childhood games, boys? You know, and this is my top favorite childhood game, Crusader, no remorse. There are two Crusader games, by the way, the games in the Crusader series, Crusader No Remorse and Crusader No Regret. Unfortunately, it took me quite a while to play the second game, because back then, I mean, you know, we had net, but it wasn't that accessible. I wasn't really freaking browsing the web, so to me it was very hard to find out about new games, and the only way that I could have possibly found out about new titles was from gaming magazines. But back then I wasn't really buying them on a monthly basis, so I think I was buying a few per year, you know, 3-4 times per year tops. So I was a little bit disconnected, to put it that way. So it took me a while until I actually played the second game in the series. But this one, I played it when it first popped, and it was such an amazing freaking game. The way I played it, by the way, when I bought my computer came bundled with the Origin collection, in which included, and I remember very clearly, Shockwave Assault, which is another fun game. It's not the greatest, that one, but it was, you know, pretty damn fun. It's like sci-fi. It's kind of like an Independence game, Independence Day type of a game, right? There's like this alien invasion, and you need to stop them and all that shit. It's actually not bad, but you know, not the greatest game either by no means. Wing Commander 3 and Crusader No Remorse. This trio bundle, which was freaking nice. And like I said, I installed the game, I got the freaking cutscenes. I saw that cutscene, instant love, boys, instant freaking love. So, before we get into the game and explain what, you know, what happened, what was up with the cutscene and what the heck was all, you know, was that all, you know, about, and who is this guy? Because, yeah, it's, that's quite the big question. I basically want to show you the bonus content first, because, and I will be doing that from now on with every single old school game that we will be starting, because back in the day, unlike now, there was quite a lot of freaking content that came with the, you know, with the game itself, and this game has quite a lot of goodies. So what I will be doing here, I'll tab, hopefully it's still gonna work, and I will be doing this. There you guys go. Enjoy the background music. I love it, guys. It's so cool. You'll not believe it. I love it. It's so amazing. Anyway, so first things first, we have the manual, and don't get fooled. This wasn't a big one. This was kind of like a tiny booklet. You can see by the format here, see by the fonts and all that. I always fucking lost it. It was ridiculous because it was so small, right? And I'm not gonna lie, this is one of those things. I was like, I always fucking put it in like the weirdest fucking places. I remember I found it once in my, well, in my bathroom. I guess I was reading it while I was on the toilet or something. Yeah, childhood adventures, I guess. I don't know. It's quite fun. Every single time, man. And of course is the manual, a very good manual. I'm not gonna, you know, read the entire thing. And dude, look at this, starting the game. To play Crusader No Remorse, go to the drive where Crusader is installed, go to the directory, type CD Crusader. My gosh, I remember doing this, man, on freaking DOS. Do you guys remember? I mean, is there any of you like use DOS? I hope so, because if not, what the heck, man. Yeah, CD Crusader, you're entering the Crusader folder, and then of course you enter the game by typing Crusader. That was it, because it was Crusader.exe. Not that freaking crazy, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I remember I had no clue the first time, because this was like one of the, I will have to say, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I was so excited. This was like one of my first adventures with like the modern games from back then, right? And I think this was also during the period when I kind of started to install the games and run them by myself, right? Until then, with all the games, I remember that I had somebody that was doing that for me, because, you know, I wasn't that experienced, guys, you know. And then I remember when I got this bundle, so I was playing for a while on, I think it was like at work, at my dad's PC, you know, on my dad's PC at his workplace, and that's when I played like the first Wing Commander games and all that shit. So I was kind of like buying the games and playing them there, because we didn't have the PC until, you know, like 94, 95, right? Around that. So I got that, and again, you know, my pop was installing the games, and he had a friend, he was kind of like the tech guy, and he was kind of like teaching me the ropes, and it was pretty fucking cool, I will have to say. It was actually quite freaking cool indeed. So that was that. And then of course, when I got my very own, or I said the family computer, right? That's when I got the bundle and all that shit. And I think this was like one of the very few games that I immediately installed, because it came with the PC. We have different difficulty levels here, and then of course we have the main screen, you guys have seen. So there you guys go, new game, login. This is a very efficient game. Quick save F5, quick load F4, F9 takes you to the save game screen for play. you know, to quick exits Crusader, quick self-explanatory. We have some crazy ass options, boys. I mean, holy shit! Animations on, off, toggles the animations of certain items. With animations off, for example, flames don't flicker and fans don't turn. Well, that's not fun. It's quite. I don't think I've ever turned it off, to be honest. This can speed up the game at the expense of visual realism. Oh wow! No, the effect of an object in the game stays the same whether animations are on or off. Non-animated flames still burn, non-animated flames can still generate heat to push the silencer around. The silencer being us, or aka the captain. So that's the unit type of silencer. We're gonna talk about it in a second. Frame skip on off reduces the number of frames of animations used to animate characters. I'm not even joking, guys. It was a thing. First, okay, you can imagine if you, yeah, if that's will look like shit. Video large, small image, a large video image and slow movie frame rate, or smaller video image and faster movie. Holy shit, dude! These were like big options, guys. I just wanna show you guys what options we had back then, right? Anyway, digital filtering is an option that allows you to speed up the game by sacrificing a bit of sound quality. The frame rate is slower, but the sound quality is better with digital filtering on. Yeah, boys. Anyway, you guys got the idea. Then let me show the inventory here, right? We have the weapon in inventory. The weapon displayed in the bar is the one you have selected. Holy shit, boys, that's... yeah, I would have never figured that out. Okay, W, or so to say, you can control it with that. Keypad cycles the display with all the weapons the silencer is carrying. If you cycle through the weapons inventory backwards, the silencer may not carry more than 5 weapons at any one time. The lowest difficulty level one of these is always the BM40. Crusader drops the display weapon. The weapon will remain where it was dropped. If you drop a weapon in the rebel base, you can find it in the storage crate to the right of the rebel bar. So it gives you a couple of pointers. And the ammunition inventory here is kind of then we have the item inventory. Here's where you can like put mines and all that shit. It's actually very fun. You will see that it's actually quite nice. Anyway, to the status bar we have health and we have the energy bar. So basically when this bar reaches 0, shields and energy weapons no longer function. When energy levels are getting low, the silencer needs to find more energy use or an energy recharge station. The longer the red bar, the more energy you have. Wow. Then combat. Targeting. Whenever the silencer has a weapon ready, the red cursor will appear a short distance in front of him to help you aim. It would have been nice if we would have a screenshot here. But you guys will get the idea once we start playing the game. When he's lined up with an enemy or targetable object, orange targeting, yeah. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Center the screen on the silencer Z. Basic movement. Of course, we have the arrows, because back in the day, we didn't have the WSAD situation. We had the arrow keys, boys. So, yeah, that's how it goes. Or, alternating, we have the... I remember I used to play, because, yeah, the arrows are also on the numpads, right? The Zinime keys. And then, of course, we have the chetele part, which is jump, roll left, roll right, I can talk, and toggle crouch, and then alt, which were sidestepping and then more advancing. So we have quite a couple of options here. Caps lock with speed, I remember, yeah, you can run, or you can just shift and then double time retreat, quickly rotate left, quickly rotate right. So we have 3 options plus the normal standard. So yeah, and then of course here we have the separate buttons, right? Again, page up, page down. They do the same, but they're just like, And again, since you're playing with the arrows, these are perfect, right? You just learn them, and it's just about learning. It's pretty dynamic. And there you guys go. So we have the keys here. I remember, and I kind of miss having the paper version of the manual, because I remember I just put a fucking manual in front of my face, in front of me, in front of me, and I was just reading the bloody freaking thing. And whenever I was like searching for a key, I didn't have to go to like a menu or just alt tab because it wasn't, dude, there's no alt tabbing back then, you know. When I started playing on 3.1, boys. You know what I mean? There was no alt tabbing in 3.1. You know, it's just. So I had a manual. I was just reading, and you have all of these in front, right? And I was playing with the numlock, like I just said. It's exactly like. It's nice because with the numlock you do have the roll left, roll right here, the retreat, so you don't need to. See, you don't need to use. And that's the nice thing. That's why. Okay, mouse movement. Yes, it is a thing. I'm not gonna. Okay, let's just keep passing because we have quite a lot. Then we have equipment here. This is actually quite nice. So this game makes use of equipment. In this game, as you will see, so it's kind of like it's an isometric shooter, but in many ways, since you do have items and so on and so forth, it's kind of like, yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know. I do consider Crusader an isometric shooter, but with unique strategies. I mean, because you can, like, if you know how to, where to plant freaking bombs and when to detonate them and so on, you can create quite some interesting situations here. So that's actually quite freaking nice, and you can do that. I remember I was like trying to get all sorts of ambushes going on and all that shit. Okay, so we have the data link here, which is a piece of vital equipment not mentioned in the manual. This device apparently is mentioned in this manual. Yeah, not in the resistance manual. I will show you the resistance manual in a second. This device is pre-programmed with useful information about your mission and objectives. When the data link is used to display some of the when the data link is used, it displays the summary of the silencer's current mission. So that's how we do mission. We have the medkits of the sniper, we have bombs, and combine them. Searching, using, and getting items. Again, taking your items, it explains how to take them. Then we have the keypads, which is the story of my freaking life. Yes, and you need the specific code and monitor screens. Sometimes when you search a data terminal or workstation, a screen will open up displaying whatever is visible on the object's monitors. Might be a text message or a video image when you are ready to leave the center. Controlling servomechs and gun turrets. You can control turrets actually. This game has servomechs, the guys that you guys saw. I think that was a vertibird that killed my colleagues, and we survived and destroyed it. So you can control it and gun turrets, so you can do that. You will see that I don't wanna spoil it for you. So other characters. Most of the other characters in the game are your enemies trying to kill the silencer before he kills them. There are times when you want to talk first and shoot later. So we also have some prisoners, and we will have some allies, but they're the rebels. Alright, so then we have this guy that can give us weapons. His name is Weasel, so shows us here how to trade and all that shit. The environment. Much of your success in Crusader no Remorse will depend on your ability to notice and make use of your items in the missions. In Crusader, the items in the game do things. Holy shit! Items do things. It's the first game, I guess, when the guy does that things. Anyway, manipulation of some of the objects found during gameplay may prove essential to the success of the mission. In Crusader, there's very seldom just one way to do things. If the silencer absolutely can't find the key card to get to a certain door, he can sometimes simply blow up the door instead. If he shoots his way to every door he comes to, he'll find himself out of ammo or energy right when he needs it the most. Managing resources and interacting efficiently with the game environment are the two inseparable keys for winning Crusader strategy. That's what I love about the game. Anyway, and then of course a couple of things here, and this is what I also wanted to show you. That we have the alarm box here. If the alarm box is flashing, the mission area is in a state of alert. Reinforcements will arrive soon. You can cancel the alarm by using the flashing alarm box. Box switch, so it's a good thing to kind of like keep an eye on it. I think we can destroy, I'm not entirely sure. Can't remember, to be honest. The box switch, this is to open doors and all that shit, control lifts and operate all other simple devices. We have the car reader, pretty self-explanatory, it's based on a color. We have the car that matches the color, we can open the door. Control box, a large knife switch, basically does the same thing as the box switch. There you guys go. Data terminal. When you pass the data terminal, always take a look at what's on the screen. You never can tell what some lazy consertion flunky might have left out. Yes, we have the word consertion. The world economic consertion. That's what it's called. I'm gonna get to it in a second. They're the main given. Data terminals can give you important information like passcodes, allow you to cancel general alerts, and even let you take control of several mechs. There's full lockers, which are the chests, pretty self-explanatory. Goodies, health stations, they regen health, hover pads. These convenient devices are used by the workers to swim safely above toxic waste and other surfaces. Sometimes they're the only way to get from point A to point B. Keycards, self-explanatory. The keypads, self-explanatory. Laser eyes, these are very bad. These even lasers that can kill us. We need to switch up or watch out. We have lifts, we have post pads, where when there's no wall handy on which to mount a switch, switches are mounted to one of these instead. Guys, we have the recharge station for the energy. We have safe, used to store the most important equipment, usually opened by a switch or through a computer interface, or the key. See in the picture here, the keypad. The teleporter, your round trip ticket to your mission. Right now, the resistance is the only two things going for the silencer, and then you fall a bit back into the liquidation. So this is also how they arrive. So we need to be careful with that. The valve. This is where you can ambush, like if you shoot it or you open it, you can kill quite a lot of enemies. We have the wall camera here, which I love to destroy. But if we're not destroying them, we're gonna get kicked in the butt pretty much by them. And the watch station. These screens give you a view of what some other part of the missions are often providing. So it's kind of like a camera. Now you guys might be like, where's the where are the enemies? Well, the enemies are in a different pamphlet. So this was the manual, guys, which kind of gives you an idea of the gadgets and what to expect on the field. It doesn't show you the enemies, right? The enemies, we have them in a difference. Actually, I will show them in a bit. The next thing that I want to show you though is the reference card. Just like in, I think it was in X-Wing when I showed you the reference card. We have a reference card here, much better by the way. And it was just a card, basically. Same stuff. Now, funny enough, even though I had this, I didn't keep this with me. I usually kept the manual because it was smaller. This was bigger. This was a big piece of cardboard. Oh, it wasn't. But it wasn't paper either. It was something very, very tough. It was like a very thick paper, if you know what I mean. So it's actually. Then we have this like Captain. Know that there are multiple ways to perform some action. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. M. So the only fucking problem with this, and it pisses me off, is that it doesn't help me at all unless I have two monitors with one having these on, because it works as like a physical thing. It doesn't help me if it's in the background while the game is over, you know. Of course, I can always alt tab, or in my case, I'm playing Windows, so I can actually keep it on the background. I will actually, as a matter of fact, because I kind of forgot. I think it's been like 7 years since I last played the game or something. It's been a long time actually. So this is a good reference card. And then, alright, then we have, let me show you this. Then we have, show the resistance. So check this shit out. This is the newspaper. I like it. It's like Friday, May the 12th, 96, boys. That's the time. And then let me see if I can. This is kind of like, and this is what I really fucking love about old school games. There was this common thing, and especially Origin games. I'm not entirely sure of other games. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there were at least a couple of other freaking companies that did this, because I'm pretty sure Origin were not the only ones. But there was this trend, guys, where. And we've seen this, actually, the last game in which I've seen this was actually Grand Theft Auto, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about GTA 5 because I played it on my friend's account, but GTA 4 I used to own a physical copy, and it had a map. So it had a map of the game, of the city. Then on top of that, it had like a booklet with like all sorts of shit. Like it was like kind of like golden pages, you know, and you had all sorts of fake stuff. Now, funny enough, I'm not gonna lie, it took me completely by surprise. Funny enough though, with GTA, even though, I mean, I understand it's a big game, but I don't know, it's not the same, because nowadays, because of the graphics and all that shit, you feel like it's not necessary, right? And especially with GTA, like you can see that on the web, you have like your fucking smartphone in the game and you can check the news there and all that shit. I don't know, it wasn't the same, but here, let's not forget, we're like back in the 90s, 1994, 1995. Back then, I mean, these were essential to telling you know, like what the heck was going on here. So, here we are, this is the, like I said, we are in this, this version, I guess, of the, Earth, I think we are. Let's just, I can't actually remember, I'm not sure actually. I don't think I've ever, yeah, I think we are on Earth, and basically Earth is being controlled by the World Economic Consortium, which is kind of like Umbrella Corporation without the monster or whatever. It's like this evil, you know, organization led by the chairman, right, which is this guy, Nathaniel Dragon, chairman, you know, BC. And basically he's saying some stuff here. Among the many probable ideals of our ancestors was a government by the people for the people. It is a noble sounding concept, but today, thanks to the modern scientific social research, we know that it's impossible to achieve. Check this shit out. You can have a government by the people or a government for the people. You can have both. VC is a government for the people, organizing its citizen partners effectively for the greater good of all. A government by the people, again, mob rule, could not possibly attain the same degree of general well-being as the efficient scientific rule. The World Economic Consortium and its members and its member cartels. So do you get this shit? Do you see what is going on here? There are those, however, who even in this enlightened modern era still wish to return to a government by the people. These sinister clandestine forces use terrorism and guerrilla warfare to support their misbegotten ideals. They say that they're fighting for freedom. What nonsense! The VEC is the most free society the world has ever known. Look at this guy, man. This guy is just, oh my goodness. We are free from poverty, free from disease, free from hunger, free from crime, free from general social unrest, except for these, for those last few fanatics who seek to promulgate their insane views with violence. We already have all the freedoms that really matter. What kind of freedom do these subversive forces offer in return? The freedom to violently threaten the security of the populace? The freedom to spread lies and careless, unscientific and unproductive theories? The freedom to let productivity and efficiency deteriorate until our great civilizations are reduced to a state of anarchy and barbarism? These are the only freedoms that can be expected from a government by the people. Give me government for the people. One where scientifically trained professional administrators see to the needs of the populace and place each citizen as partner in the role where he can best contribute to the general good. Prosperity, security, efficiency. That's what I call freedom. Wow, what a nice speech, right? However, as you guys saw from the cutscene, they were supposed to kill some of the terrorists, right? And I'm gonna... These guys! Do you have what it takes? And they had to kill innocent people among the terrorists. They didn't, so they got killed themselves, and that just goes to show what the real deal is with the World Economic Consortium. Trust me, I played this game, I finished it for like, I don't know how many freaking times, both of them, and I know for a fact, as you guys will see throughout the game, it gets crazy and the crazy just how fucking, you know, crazy these guys are. So they're not that, you know, that great, but at the same time, you know, it has quite the speech here. So, before we get to page 2, do you have what it takes? Most people don't. It takes a special combination of skill, courage, and intelligence to become a member of the MILOPS cartel. The MILOPS are the military operations, right? Whether they're police, stratospheric fighter pilots, satellite marines, or even the elite members of the ultimate VAC fighting team, the Silencer Corps, which we basically were a part of, right? The fighting men and women of the World Economic Consortium are the best of the best. So basically the Silencer Corps, let's just talk about it. These are the spectrums, right? That's why they're called the silencers. So these are the guys that silence your ass, and you don't even know that shit. They're kind of like the special forces of the VC, and we're one of them. Okay, we were a captain. We're called the captain, and that's why we were assigned. This is their outfit. It looks fucking cool. Anyway, so I'm not gonna read the entire thing. You can get it. I mean, you can pause it, and this is page 3 here. So there's like, again, there's like this pamphlet here, and you can see a couple of spoilers from the game here. Oh, nice. Oh, my goodness. And anyway, so this is the newspaper. It's actually quite nice, and again, it brings something very interesting to the table here. I love it. So yeah, and then we have 2 manuals here. We have the Resistance Confidential, right, which is the Resistance manual. We have the Anti-Terrorist manual. So this is for the VEC troops, and we actually got a copy of it, and this is for the Resistance members. Now, both of them were pretty fucking bulky. The Anti-Terrorist manual, and I actually had it until recently. I'm so fucking pissed because I moved and I've lost all of it. I've lost the physicals. I've lost the manual early on though. As you guys know, I kept losing it ever since I first got it. So I've lost it quite quickly, like a permanent, you know, misplacement. But these, I actually had them until very like close, and I lost them when I moved. I think I might have thrown them away by mistake. I've lost a lot of stuff. I had some flooding going on and all that shit, so you know, when you get flooded, you can't really, yeah, the last thing that you have is like you know, an anti-terrorism manual, a fictional of course, a terrorist manual from 1994. Anyway, okay, so let's read the Resistance one. We have 17 pages. I'm not gonna read the entire thing. So, but again, look how cool this is. So basically, first things first, we're learning about the leader of the Resistance here, Stephen Eli, Colonel commanding. So these were all part at some point of the VEC MILOPS, but they betrayed the VEC because basically the VEC are kind of bastards, right? If you're reading this document, that means you have chosen to throw in your love the global resistance opposing the tyranny of the World Economic Consortium. So of course, I forgot to mention the resistance are basically pretty much the terrorists that the consortium was talking about, the guys that oppose them and their mentality and want to bring back democracy, you know, all that shit. Anyway, what is the resistance? And it explains here, it's a global network of individuals dedicated against freedom, you know, anyway. So you get an idea. Why do we fight? The World Economic Consortium is a failed experiment built upon a deliberate lie. It is a corrupting, tyrannical regime sustained only through ruthless oppression of the common citizen. Its promises of equality and prosperity are hollow mockeries except for the tiny, privileged cabal of the elite. That sounds familiar. The resistance advocates the institution of enlightenment and progressive government based on the principles of constitutional democracy, individual rights, and free enterprise. Don't be surprised if some of these terms seem unfamiliar to you. The VC has labored for decades to suppress these ancient and proven governmental ideals. Now that you're a full agent of the resistance, you'll be educated in real history and social science, not just the lies and propaganda that pass for education of VC schools. One of my duties were, we have a lot of duties. Like you can, look at this shit. It's like a wall of text here, right? I'm not even joking. Look at this. So, oh my goodness. The revolution. First duty of the resistance at all times, absolute secrecy. Never disclose the business in public. Even in private, avoid casual discussion of resistance business. Always assume that the nearest person is a VC agent or sympathizer, and the nearest object conceals VC microphone. Even if talking to someone you know to be loyal to resistance in a secure area, keep your discussions of resistance operations on the need to know basics. Cause it's like fucking serious, guys. I'm reading this. I'm not entirely sure how I felt back in like the first day, but I'm reading this and I'm like, wow, this is, dude. It just prepares you, and then when you play the game, you've read this shit, and it's also some fun reading, to be honest. This is for the protection of both yourself and the resistance comrades. Anyway, do not any seconds attempt to recruit anyone else into the resistance. If you know someone who seems to be sympathetic or opposed, report that individual to your leaders. He or she will be evaluated and approached by resistance recruitment specialists. There you go. Anyway, obedience and discipline to the agents, blah 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 blah. Finally, the resistance seeks to avoid all unnecessary violence against innocents. VC thugs have no such scruples. It is expected that all resistance operatives will be willing to give up their own lives in the pursuit of the cause, but you must also realize that if the VC comes to know or suspect your identity, they will not hesitate to harass, torture, or kill your friends and loved ones to pressure you into surrendering yourself and betraying the resistance. This is the greatest sacrifice any agent is ever has to make, but all agents must resign themselves to such possibility. We have this basic SOP. The first thing, remember their own life and the success of our mission entirely in your hands. Alright, so as you can see, this has a different content. Our hope for survival success with everyone in the base possibility. So okay, we got the idea. We need to be very silent, no personality in the base at any time, for any reasons except unofficial missions. There are no passes and no time must be spent on base, so we can't really leave Americans in forced isolation. But this was a different thing, right? So at this point we're like staying in our base here, so something happened. Avoid loud noises at all times. Excessive noises is grounds for disciplinary action. General cleanliness and sanitation is not just a matter of medicine and good health, but a security concern as well. Oh, motherfuckers, man, look at the rules. Wishes are basically closely protected to the CEO. Experimented justice. Somebody, dude, look at the freaking coffee cup stain here. Team is considered. Okay, you guys get the idea. We're not gonna have 17 pages here, right? So, recreation commercial. So we have. Can I just say that is ridiculous? That is just crazy. Now, getting to the real game. So after you can read this shit. So now, this is what I love about the resistance base. So first things first, we have the weapons. Right? This information taken from the 2195 edition of the Security Cartel Guide to Standard Arms and Equipment. So we have the BA-40 Patriot semi-automatic pistol. It's very nice. That's the first weapon that you get, the basic. We have the BA-441 Peacemaker. It's the upgraded version, as you guys can see. Has some event here. Looks a bit better. Yeah, they look quite nice. Kind of like mini Uzis. These are pistols, by the way, so I'm just saying. Then we have the first rifle here, right? The RP-22 Crusader. So it has a couple of details here. You came with them. It's the semi-automatic rifle issued to the security cartel police units and sometimes civilian transports. Has a pretty interesting range. So, then we get the upgraded version, the RP-32 Pacifist. So again, semi-automatic rifle. This is this is a assault rifle for Turkey, so it's an upgraded version. Low weight, so it basically does more damage, pretty much. The standard infantry weapon for all VC military forces. It fires in 3 rounds rather than 2 rounds, so it does a bit more damage, pretty much. And we have the Shotty, the SGA1 Conformer. And the freaking names. And then the AC-88 Riot Gun. Holy shit! This is a minigun, pretty much. We have the SV404, anti-personnel multiple rocket launcher. I'm not even gonna explain what's like that. You can see the clips here, in case you want to find it. We have a grenade launcher, and then we have energy weapons. Yes, which you need batteries or similar power supply. We have the arbitrator pistol here. At PA41, we have the Educator laser rifle. We have the PL1 Unifier Plasma rifle. We have the Vortex electromagnetic pulse rifle. The anti-servomet weapon. So it's a for the robots, and that's kind of how it is. And of course, the UV9 Pulsar Ultraviolet rifle, still in development. And then, of course, we have the dead pack, so we have bombs, we have mines, we have spider bombs, so bombs that are walking pretty much. We have shields, the ionic shield here. So again, these are the gadgets. Again, you can read on them. I'm gonna rush a bit because we have another manual here. We have the ionic shields, this personal shield generators and the one protective sphere. So it's actually quite nice. Nice. We have the plasma shield. So this to save your butt. We have the graviton shield. Well, this is one of the biggest shields. Maybe not the biggest. So highly experimental graviton shield. Surrounds the world with the localized space-time distortion. It's only used for VIP protection special missions. Now, EMB inhibitor. Self-explanatory. Medkit. Then we have batteries and power cells. And then now, the enemies. Yes. So the up for personnel. Not all VC troops are created equal. This chart shows some typical VC armed personnel. We know about the armament and general capabilities. So first things first, we have the typical guard. This is a civilian armed guard. He's probably poorly trained and even less motivated. He typically carries a BA-40 pistol or sometimes a BA-41. This is the most common guard. There are the civilian types. Unfortunately, we do have to kill them because they are part of the VC. They will kill you. Then we have the soldiers. Now these guys are the real deal, where the average VC soldier on guard duty is issued a BA-41 or sometimes a PA-21 laser. He's not incredibly well trained, but will usually defend his position according to SOP. And then we have the special forces. The VC employs several distinct varieties of special forces units. He's probably carrying RE7 or PF-21. Sometimes, but some elite units will deploy with PA-31s or even PL-1s as a standard arms. In addition, his helmet uniform was built in nuclear, biological, chemical protection, which special forces troops are highly trained and motivated. We have the enforcers here. The cream of the VC's conventional forces is often encountered using a PL-1 or even an AC-88 and always wears a plasma shield and VC gear. Extremely deadly alone or in a group in any environment. Holy shit. And then, of course, the silencer. Definitely not conventional forces, a killing machine trained to be the ultimate soldier. The silencers are given complete freedom to choose their own weapons and equipment, but can always be recognized by their unique uniform of rigid plastic ornaments. And then, so we don't really have a lot of enemies, really. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 6 or 7 in the varieties. So, not crazy bunch, but trust me, plenty. And then we have the operation. We have the solo operations because we're going solo, so there, we have another bit of the commander unit. So we have wall of text here. And then there you guys go. Yes. And then the last thing, the anti-terrorism manual. This page intentionally left blank. Okay. Origin, nuclear world. I remember this actually, dude. I was actually fascinated. This is, I think, this is the back. Yeah, this is the back. And this is the front here. So I remember, and I'm not gonna lie, actually, it was kind of in bad conditions because I kept putting stuff on the back because it felt like I don't know these lines. I was young, man. Just, but I remember the origin wicker was. I so love the. You know, I miss origin. It's, yeah, they were the shade here. And then here, anti-terrorist site security, and says Captain, leaves the tech for you really had this out of the SecHard net a few weeks ago and passed it along to me. I've been making some notes. All this information part of our mission. Please read it through and get back to me for earliest insights from my hand. So this is, again, this will explain a bit what's up with the terrorists. Right? So apparently it's prepping the World Economic Consortium guys to fight this. Today's enemies become even more organized and dangerous, has become increasingly incumbent on the administration of financial or strategic sites to security of world facilities. This is certainly not a case of the security cartel or the other military and police resources of the VC telling its administrators to look out for yourself, we can help you. Far from it. The VC pledges to bring all its resources to bear to protect its facilities from armed terrorist threats. However, such support is by necessity external and reactive. This is it originates outside of the threatened facility and therefore can only be brought fully to bear after an imminent of violence has been harnessed. Far better, at least as a first line of defense, is agreed that it is intended and practical. Alright, that this document exists as an introduction in the most general terms to the principle of effective sales. So this was the guy, Vigilant Chairman Dragons, the same guy. Look at this guy, man. Holy shit. Sound strategic theory. Fortunately, this doctrine seems to exist more as an excuse for VC non-involvement of the real or personal efficient defense. Yeah. The enemy. This is by no means a comprehensive list of all possible violent threats. Let's describe a few of the most prominent terrorist organizations. Disinformation, PR response, resistance, orderly civilization where citizens and government follow rule of law. Okay, yeah, I guess they go. The resistance. Anyway, so yeah, they just say we're scumbags and blah blah blah, and we're just probably need to die, and we're destroying. And you know, I like this note. The refuseniks. The refusnik is a general term for those radicals who reject the benefits of VC citizenship and refuse to register their identity with the registration division. Dude, check this shit out. You need to register your identity with the registration division of the Human Resources Cartel. They take this action for reasons ranging from religion to politics to simple desire for anonymity as a cover for criminal activity. The original refuseniks purged themselves from VC databases or paid others to purge them or stage their own deaths. Today, thanks to enhanced data security, it is virtually impossible for citizens to access and alter their records. Therefore, the majority of modern refuseniks are second generation documents. While the notion of organized anarchists might seem nonsensical, refuseniks do tend to band together for mutual protection and support. Although less politically overt than they were a few decades ago, refuseniks can still represent a palpable threat to site security. Interesting that the VC still considers the refuseniks significant security risk and explore alliance possibilities. So they're not part of the resistance pretty much, but they are kind of like not loving the VC idol. They don't want to be known. Rioters. In your parents' time, riots among the general population were a fairly common occurrence. Such social upheavals were natural byproduct of the massive reforms enacted by the nascent BC. Today, thanks to decades of prosperity and efficiency, such spontaneous violence among the people is virtually extinct. Nonetheless, in certain instances, it is still possible for small violent demonstrations to erupt. Such upheavals are particularly likely when a temporary downturn in social stability or economic progress leaves the general population of propaganda resistance agitated. For such emergencies, the security cartel maintains a highly trained force of riot troops and riot units at all times to be prepared to any point on Earth. Yeah, we are on it. Within 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Impossible! Unless orbital staging. Or maybe they're just bullshitting us. Organized crime. I guess we are organized. Yeah, you know. So there's still organized crime, you know. Organized crime is essentially the last organized mysterious international syndicates beloved by the popular media. The thing decades in the past, the VC does actually believes the local gangs of thieves, black market. Yeah, anyway. This granted personnel, they can say that maybe there's a scientist that can kill us, so one of these scientists could be your greatest security risk, so this guy's sabotage ops is disgruntled personnel. Of course, no VAC retaliation, no publicity funds, no propaganda well benefits. Good option for politically messy ops. So, yeah, this is your assets. Now check this shit out. So this is the interesting one. Your first and last resort for anti-terror security should always be the security cartel branch. The cartel can provide guides, so we've seen, or even the troops anyway, investigate to track down the justice perpetrators. The armed forces of the security made up cartel from local council to the silencer corps itself, and ever is spontaneous violence. Even more important, however, is the security cartel's function as your first leader against terrorists. Counselors at every security cartel office are waiting to help you maximize the effectiveness of your security budget. They really have a problem with security, right? So, Mila troops can be your facility's best friend for the. Okay, security. Okay, let's just get past this because we have 24 pages here, guys. So you can just pause this, right? Just read it. So we have all of these civilian contractors, politically motivated. Your personnel more efficient. So you get the idea. Alright, so it must never be forgotten that every VC facility has the potential for an efficient, effective, completely exclusive anti-terrorist force. Its own personnel. Holy shit! Yeah, who needs security, right? It just said that the first thing we need security. Now they say no. Its own personnel. A citizen partner does not have to be an armed soldier to be an effective anti-terrorist asset. Often it is enough to simply know where the correct alarms are located and what the proper emergency lockdown and evacuation procedures are. Okay, fair enough. If every worker at a given facility can be counted on to respond to an emergency in a disciplined, efficient fashion, it will greatly reduce the threat to your resources, human and otherwise, in the event of terrorist attack. This does not mean, however, that workers are expected to take up arms and defend themselves physically in the event of a terrorist attack. The VC does not expect the citizens to place themselves at unnecessary risk. If every worker knows his job, in the event of an emergency and does that job, then the worker in the site as a whole will be safe from the terrorist threat than if an every man for himself mentality is allowed to flourish. Alright, so we have a couple of things. We have alarm systems here, and it's going to talk a bit about that. Surveillance system, and it's going to explain a bit the camera. The process of good slice security. Look at that cam. Look at that face. Oh. So anyway, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's some crazy ass shit that's going on here, man. It's some, like, seriously, this is, yeah, wow. Games are not being made like this anymore, guys. It's just, oh my gosh. So we have secure data terminals, with data terrorism, but also destroyed. Yeah, anyway. So again, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to pass this. Play walls, blast doors, and force fields. So we have all sorts of fucking doors and force fields that we're gonna be faced with. Look at that shit. Explains a bit about the walls. Here we have like this electrical. You can see a worker there. You can see how you can get electrified big time. So kind of sucks. This I have a kind of like spoiler. Yes, especially the second one. It's kind of late in the game, towards the end actually. Anyway, single sensitive areas may be set off by force fields. Yeah, so and they're very annoying because we need to. PC volunteers demonstrating balancing effect with force field. Yeah, to make a weapon emplacement and booby traps. Yes, there are booby traps. These are, oh my gosh, I remember. Bouncing Betty. And we have the servomechs, security servomechs with advances in cybernetics, allowing several mechanical workers to supplement human labor in ever-increasing extent. The security cartel and the cybernetics cartel have combined resources to produce a line of servomechs with integral armament and advanced security programming. At the moment, there are 2 general maintenance servomechs with security programming available for general acquisition, and 2 armored anti-personnel weapons platforms available. Authorized to be used. Oldest but still one of the most widespread security servomechs is the MS-40, the roaming Susan, general purpose maintenance custodial servomech with an enhanced process for personal recognition and security programming. Oh, we're lovely. She has a 40 caliber pistol for side defense. The MS-40's programming is extremely basic and its armament is very light compared to most terrorists. Although MS-40s can be an effective component in an overall defensive strategy, they are not efficient to consider defense by themselves. And now we have the MS-110. It's far more advanced and kind of looks like a human. So the MS-110 is not primarily designed as a defensive weapon, that's simply one of the many tasks it's suitable for. The too expensive the MS-110 is relative and its relative offense weakness. It's not efficient to use it primarily as a defense asset, though it can be extremely useful in emergencies. And of course, so that was the Android, and now we have the Thermatron, the AP4210. It was the first mobile anti-personnel weapons platform authorized for civilian acquisition. Look at this. It is designed to mount a variety of light to medium armaments while maximizing mobility and comfort stage. Dude, I remember these, man. You can actually control them. Oh my gosh, and like the MSCs, the AP servomechs are primarily designed for offensive and defensive tactics against well-equipped ground forces, because there are certain limits to even the most advanced machine AI security cartel that recommend the balanced force of human and mechanical defenders. And then, the veteran, the AP4400 is the more advanced successor of the 4210. It is better armored. Did I say vertibird? Holy shit, the veteran, jeez Louise, able to mount more advanced and sophisticated weapons and has more complex and flexible programming capabilities. So, I guess servomechs and all opportunities then just ignore them, will be easy to restore for really expensive weapons. Now, they give us an example here. The facility, and this is actually the first mission, by the way, as you guys will see. The facility depicted below is an example of effective anti-terror security design. And they actually explain, so this is kind of how it works. It's kind of like Mary, because it was, oh, yeah. So this looks like it might be a real site where first mission was. So we start here at A, and it explains that B there's like an alarm box, there's a valve at D, C1 is a guard, the C2 there's another guard, and it kind of explains it's an alarm box at B. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop at A from A, we're gonna click that guy at B, right? We're gonna run. From there, I think, what we're gonna do, we're gonna click the guy on C, C1, right? Or what we could do, we could put the fire on, let him burn, because he will arrive, he will come here, but we definitely need to kill the guy on B because he will trigger the alarm. And then the guy at C2, he should not. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? Actually, as a matter of fact, if we activate D, the valve there can burn this guy instantly. Right? So we kill that guy, we burn this guy. And then here we have the camera there, and if the camera spots it, do you see those grills? Those have turrets. We're gonna kick our butts, and we have the roaming Susan that we need to control. There's another camera there, so G, what is it? Oh no. However, there is a blind spot G from which those could potentially stand safely to the defensive armor in their room. Second camera should be advised. Like, it even fucking tells us where we need to go, man. So it's a bit of a hint. And then lastly, and then I'm gonna actually close it if you can believe this, because yeah, well, we need to kind of like stop here. And then we start to find out who the rebels are here. We have Maxis Quentin. He's like, if I'm not mistaken, our leader, or one of the leaders. He basically tells us what's up with him. Looking dapper as usual, general. Yeah, he's our general. So basically, 57. Oh shit. Strongly suspected that the margin of comment from getting these. Yeah, there's the green dapper as usual with the general. Brown hair, brown eyes, treason, conspiracy, murderers, historian, honors graduate at the Millops Carlton Military Academy and Strategic College. Quentin Maxis attained the rank of colonel in the VC interview by age 30, November 2181, while assigned in the short of the academy, he abruptly dropped out of sight. 6 months later, he emerged as the leader of resurgent resistant military forces. Then he has continued to lead the rebel military from hiding, occasionally acting as a spokesperson for the resistance and taking messages to the VC Senate. As the most visible symbol for resistance has been Security Cartel's public enemy number 1 since June of 2184. Mexican taken life is knowledge will be certainly wide and near fatal blow to the effort. Number 1 with a bullet. Lol. Anyway. Okay, profile, he's a brilliant strategist, you know. So, you get the idea. And then, the second in command, Stefan Ilan, right? Again, so they were all old Millops personnel here. Stefan Eli gained an ROTC military commission and enlisted for active duty immediately after college, serving in Special Forces Mechanized Infantry Battalion, first as a platoon leader and as a staff officer. Other than the fact of qualifying for Spec Ops duty itself, his career was undistinguished. 2189, and Captain Eli's chances for further advancements were shattered when he was reprimanded for questioning his CO's orders due to routine riot control operation. 6 months later, he left on a 2-week leave and never returned. Eli's history, since his discipline is fragmentary, but he is known to have joined the resistance. He attained the post of unit commander in the rank of major. Forgot to send out that press release about his promotion. Yeah, he's a colonel. Anyway. So, Eli is a civilian individual on the surface. Then, Joanne Vargas. Yes, sir, fine officer indeed. 32 years, perfect. Just my age. She's a bit skinny though, 56 kilos. 1 to 4, yeah, a lot of things. Joan Vargas was at one time on the communications title's most promising associate. She's our communication officer, in case you're wondering. She has a PhD in social economics. 2192, she resigned her executive position in the cartel and announced she was taking an unpaid leave of absence of an unspecified operation. A few days later, she dropped out of sight entirely. She is believed to have joined the existence and is probably in the personal staff of Quentin Maxis. Yep. Anyway, so she's attractive and awesome and well, I think she's dangerous. Say this successful might make animal. Yeah, I think she's dangerous as well. Oh my gosh, Shannon Brooks. Well, she's a bit crazy. She's a second-generation rebel. Her parents joined the resistance shortly after her birth in the wake of the 60s food crisis. Revealed in the Petra insurrection of 19. I don't know. Okay. All were members of the Central Committee of Petra's provisional government. Anyway, so I think she's kind of crazy. She's an extremely active and efficient terrorist operative. So she was never submitted for one of his original profile. Yeah, she's a classy fanatic with personal hatred for DC and its all agents. Alright, Sergeant Beards, even the old man living in Florida. Oh yeah, same prejudice there. Suspect should be considered armed and semi-generous, terminated with extreme prejudice. And there you guys go, Mr. Troy Reeves, the man himself. Reeves is the communication. He's the one that really just constantly talks with us, right? So anyway, he's a hacker. He's a computer hacker. I think his life in the dormitory for incorrigible youth information control institute. Ryan Larson on the example. Yeah, that's him because he got this manual. Although he stated technically after it was prestigious. Anyway, okay. So dear all year. So another tier falls. Profile Reeves is an obsessive compulsive. Nah, I'm just committed to the fascination for computers. And no armed and dangerous, I need to go hit the firing range. And Cardova Nicholas. That's Cardova. Lifelong malcontent, Nicholas Cardova displayed radical tendencies as far back as grammar school. His college career was interrupted by a 3-year sentence for humanity and anti-conception propaganda. Yeah, okay. So. You wish yo-yo, what the? Hey! Derek Andrews. Yeah, Derek Andrews, so I'm not gonna lie, it really looks like, is it DB Wheels from Game of Thrones? It just reminds me, I think it might be him actually, I'm not entirely sure. Might be a younger because he's older now, but it might be him, who knows. Basically, Andrews worked as an associate accountant in the revenue assessment division of the administrative cartel. So many fucking cartels, man, I'm telling you. Almost a decade without incident, but he appears to have had some kind of a moral crisis. Also triggered by witnessing concession action to suppress the El Paso tax insurrection. Probably another massacre. Causing him to abandon his loyalty to the VC. In 1992, he apparently went underground. He's believed to have been excited participating in at least 2 terrorist operations in the last year. Possibly under the command of Shannon Brooks. Lovely. So, this taxman. Working taxman, you will earn that extremely dangerous. Oh, Weasel! Weasel is our trader. Oh my gosh, look for. Wow, Weasel, I'm impressed. Oh my goodness, Weasel. Weasel, you've been a naughty boy. An individual known as Weasel appears to have never been registered as a citizen of VEC based on retina scans obtained from video games. Lord, we love him. Investigators theorize that he may have been raised in a refusenic encampment by individuals opposed to universal registration for political or religious reasons. His given name is unknown. None of his known aliases match the names of any known refuseniks. What is known is that about 2193 he emerged as the most successful black marketeer in his region. And that's it, guys. So we got this. We have no info about Shannon Brooks. Where's Shannon Brooks? Oh yeah, no. This is Shannon Brooks. Okay, we read about it. So with that being said, holy shit, that took us This is Shannon Brooks when same Shannon Brooks. Look at that shit. Anyway, so with that being said, that's it. This is what you usually get, the full fucking package when, you know, from back in the day, or even from now on GOG, but this was like the physical, like we were able back in the 94 to basically get this in the box. And this took us an entire video and a half. Holy shit, guys, but it was worth it. I'm gonna be doing this for all the old school games before I start playing them, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm done. See you guys next time, in which we'll be officially playing the game, and yeah, there you guys go, the back story of Crusader. Let's have some fun, boys. Go there.